That was dumb of you.
I got hit points. That's about it.
You know, that's not nothing.
Did you not take a feat or something?
I don't get feats at this level.
No, we
suck.
not 13.
yeah.
Feats are every 4. 4, 8, 12, 16.
It's the same with the ASI. So
Well, I got a feat, so ha.
Ew.
I get 7th level spells.
I'm still
There you
on time.
No, you're not. You're late. 1
1
minute late.
minute, you bugger.
Oh, okay, bye.
Get the fuck out of here.
yeah, I got a I did
Now
get
I'm
some.
early for next game.
Mm.
Ha!
I mean,
This-
can't argue with that.
about to say I got HP myself, but I did get one ability. I got the what was it? Tongue of Sun and Moon. So yeah, Tongue of the Sun and Moon. So I can learn other languages. I can touch the chi of other minds, so I understand all spoken languages. Moreover, any creature that can understand a language can understand what I say. So I am now more or less officially the party interpreter.
Nice.
So I can basically communicate with just about anyone. But that's pretty much about it for me as far as what I got for leveling up.
Well,
But-
last
yeah.
game, what we did was you guys
Right.
turned over the majority of the stuff, the physical ingredients, to your ally, begrudging ally, Vizier and Devere. In exchange, he gave you a teeny tiny little chest, and the chest will allow you to summon from the ethereal plane a full-size chest that he also can summon. And when he finishes the artifact, he is going to put it in. He's already started. He's going to put it in the chest. When you accomplish your mission and recover the grimoire, you're going to summon the chest, take out the artifact, put in the grimoire, and dismiss the chest. From that point, 9 hours later, he will finish the ritual, which gives you 1 hour or 9 hours to place the artifact as close to the claw rift as possible. Here's the map. The closest to the claw rift as possible is what you will need to do. And then 9 hours later, the ritual will be complete. He is sending his apprentice with you, Grin, and then he left and allowed you to resolve and discuss the details of actually pulling off your mission. And that's where I'll let these three step in and fill in. We will start the game by implementing your plan to go into Menzo Baenrae. If you want to change your plan from last time in discussions, you're more than welcome to. But I'll let you update each other and then discuss.
So, to my understanding, the plan of attack that we decided was that we were going to head in through the Donna Garden, through Roland's travel through Plant's ability. And from there, we were going to have Adra effectively act as our sort of, slave owner, if you will. We were going to pretend to be her slaves while we followed her through the city. And she was going to lead us to Sorcerer up in Tier Baenrae or whatever, however that's pronounced. From there, Smoke and I were basically going to utilize the combination of our abilities to sneak into there and get our way up to the topmost floor where the grimoire was kept. That's as far as I remember our plan was going to be planned out.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
But yeah, from there we don't really have any further idea. So
Well,
Okay,
no
so
flower
sorry, so
survives
where are
first
we-
contact.
right.
Yeah, well,
So
there's that too.
So you have the map open, right?
Yeah, it's just like where are we popping in?
So we're gonna be popping in some like right there where I was gonna draw that, but thank you for that.
Okay.
So that's where our pop-in point is. Oh, that is not where I want to. Ultimately, we do want to get as close to where that is. We want that is our target right there, where it says Sorcerer up near the top. That's our target. We want to take the grimoire, not the grimoire, but the artifact that we're going to be getting, and we're going to want to, of course, pointers.
Who's messing with
Who
my
the fuck?
pointers?
Who the fuck is moving these things around?
Somebody's fucking with my pointers.
We're going to want to bring the artifact as close to this area as possible, somewhere around this general vicinity.
When you say this vicinity, there's multiple squares and circles. You're gonna need to be more specific.
So I'm the black circle right around here. This is where I'm moving it.
What happened to this one?
Yeah.
All right. To give you a streamlined answer, Dronga, you will be entering via travel via plants to Donna Garden, that island. That island is it's essentially a farming island. It's groves upon groves of the edible fungus that they use to feed their city. There's also Grotha and some other essential creatures. You can pop in on the island. You can pop in up here. We haven't gone over all the details, but in general, that vicinity is where you're going to be popping in. That's where
Okay.
you'll be traveling in. Then you're going to have to travel from there to the Tierbrack, is how it's pronounced there. Your
Okay.
dominable spirit. Up here, it's actually a area. It's like an alcove that contains three. It's called the Academy, and it contains 3 schools. There's the Cleric School, Arachnolith, the Melee School, cleverly named Melee Magthier, and Sorcerer, the Mages School. You have to infiltrate Sorcerer of the 3, and then from that point, you will need to put the artifact of 9 hours to put the artifact as close to this area with the blue circle called the Claw Rift as possible. So you're going to have to go from point A to point B and then backtrack about half the distance.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is
just
why I
I
normally
had
leave things to
zoomed in on
Tony to
the.
explain. I'm sorry, didn't mean to talk over you.
Oh, good. I was just too zoomed in on the map, so I didn't see where we were popping in on.
That was the decision. Now that's the current plan. Now do bear in mind you're going to be moving through the city. Some of the things I'm going to need from you is final decisions on where you're entering, how you're going to move through the city. If you're moving stealthily, non-stealthily, disguised, all those are options. All those options are welcome. But that's something you guys should finally decide before you depart. We will officially start going once the final decision is made. The only thing of note is that you were told that Gromp Baenrae, depends on how you pronounce it, has a office in Sorcerer. In that office, he has an inner sanctum, which you need to gain access to. No one really knows how, they just know it exists, and that is where the grimoire is. So, may now discuss.
Have they described like the book well enough for me to be able to cast locate object?
Yes, well enough.
To the point where like if I so I'm familiar enough for what it looks like that I could probably locate it with locate object.
Yes, but you're gonna need to be. You're probably not gonna.
It's within 1,000 feet, so.
Yeah.
But
You will
if
have
I
to be
get close
close,
to
yeah.
Sorcerer and I get in there, if I end up going in, then I
Correct.
could probably use it. Okay, cool.
Question: how far away is Sorcerer from the Donna Garden? I hear Pokemon music. Hey, Jess.
I muted her already.
I'm just gonna turn her down a little bit there. Oh, yep. Never mind. Got her. I see her. She's muted as well. Sweet.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, repeating
Heard
my
that you
question.
asked a question. I just didn't hear what it was.
So how far away is Sorcerera from the Donna Garden? Like in terms of time?
I mean, it depends on the method of your travel. If you're just
Okay.
walking straight there, maybe an hour, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Depends on, traffic. Since Demogorgon entered Menzo
Okay.
Barentham and out of the Claw Rift and just fucking curb stomped a colossal section of it, it made refugees of a rather high number of drow. So there's
I see.
damage that's still being repaired. So it's a variety of factors. Let's say 1 to 4 hours.
Okay. Yeah, the only reason I asked is because one of my plans was when we get to Sorcerera, when Smoke and I try to infiltrate the building, is that I was gonna cast Pass Without Trace to help increase our stealth rolls.
Oh, it's also worth noting in the recap, the plan, as I understood it, was to send only 2 people in.
That was iffy. That was more of we probably wanted to discuss that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I was thinking 3. I was thinking Smoke, Spirit, and Nyx. But we can probably decide that when we get there.
Yeah, we'll burn that.
And
bridge
we've
when we
done
get
this
to
in
it.
the past. Couldn't you shapeshift
I can for
into
an
something?
hour.
Yeah, into something small that maybe could fit in like one of our
Oh,
pockets.
I could do that. Yeah. Yep, I could do that too.
But then it's just figuring out how we get Dronga in there without, making so much noise.
Mm-hmm. Which, do I have the polymorph spell? Probably. Access to it, probably.
I mean, worst comes to worst, we're all psychically linked. If we need to, we could just have Jonga just sort of lay it outside, and if we need to, we could just yell for help, and she could just come barging in the Leroy Jenkins style.
So I
Like
could
you do.
cast polymorph on Dronga. Last up to an hour.
That
Hour.
could also work.
The only thing is that your intelligence goes to that of an animal, of whatever animal I turn you into. So you might
So-
try to run
so-
away.
So it'd go up then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
it would likely go up.
I knew someone was going to take that opportunity. I wasn't sure who it was.
Dronga has never claimed to be intelligent or wise. She's got a wisdom score of 8 and an intelligence of 10.
Well, what is a small animal that would not move too much that we could just stick in our pocket, and if something goes wrong, we just throw her at the enemies,
Oh yeah.
causing her to die as that small animal, but then immediately shift into crazy barbarian.
Oh. Could I, if that was to happen and they threw me, could I get hit and then immediately burst back into myself raging?
Yeah, I think so. But
Yeah,
I don't really know.
probably, yeah. Blah blah blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Maybe that is the way, and that way, if anything goes bad in there, because I feel like if we're in there for more than an hour, anyways, it's no good,
Mm-hmm.
As a backup to all of that, my cloak of the bat, someone else could wear it, I guess, and quickly turn into a bat if they need to.
I'm okay. I can turn into a bat if I need to. I don't. What kind of animal would you like to be, Dronga?
Well, if I had a choice, it would probably be an ox or a bull.
Yeah, not
Because
that
they're
big.
strong and they're stubborn, like myself.
Mm.
But I guess if you want me to choose something sneaky, it would probably be like a mouse.
Trying to think, Mouse would maybe try to get away. Hmm.
I mean, mice can still do considerable damage if you've ever been bitten by one.
It's true. I can turn you into a frog. How about that?
It's not ideal, but it's fine. It works.
That might be a better choice. A little bit harder to run away.
Maybe
Oh,
turn her
that's
into a
creepy.
poison dart frog so that whomever we throw her at can take lethal damage.
That'd be funny.
Splat.
Except everyone probably has
Ah!
poison resistance down here or poison immunity.
Oh yeah, good point.
Well, so maybe that is the plan, anyways. Okay. I've never really done this, but I could disguise myself to look like a drow. Would that be helpful? Like when, because I assume with this plan, which I was here for the making of, that Aedra is going to look like drow priestess as we go in.
That's what I was kind of thinking too. You
Do we have-
are you're disguised as a female, right? Next, right now, or
Yes. Question. Do we have to do a priestess? That seems like that might be a little bit too showy.
yeah, maybe just a lower ranked female.
Just a
I'm not
fancy
really
person.
sure.
I just think female is important.
Mhm.
Of course.
And while I understand too showy could be bad, I think the challenge is from what I understand of this culture, showy is good. Like someone might try to take advantage of us or do something to us unless they're afraid of us.
And
And
very mean.
which is why I thought that maybe I could carry like a crossbow in my hand and look like your guard, you know? Um, because we want to, if it's just you and a bunch of slaves, that might look weird. But furthermore, well, I guess actually, if it's just you with a bunch of slaves and you look like a badass priestess, that actually might just look good because you don't need guards. But anyways, I think like the stronger you look, the better, you know?
That makes sense.
The only question is which house would you be from?
I don't know anything about drow lore.
If you pick House Baenrae, they have a crap ton of people under them. They probably have the most of any house.
The only trick there though would be are they, I don't know, are they all known, you know? Like
That's
That's
yeah,
yeah,
that's
but if you're a lower rank, hopefully, yeah, you wouldn't be a high priestess at all by any means.
have we thought about
I'm pretty sure all females are like priestess though of some sort.
have we thought about being just part of Bregan the Earth?
We could do that too.
I mean technically I still am. So I'm not even lying, but
You still have their sigil.
I don't think I ever had their sigil per se,
Okay.
but
But don't we have a letter from him asking for help? Or am I dreaming of this?
I think just most importantly is that if we look like we're powerful yet houseless, so we're not making a claim to a house that could get turned on us, but then like make powerful dark elves walking these streets who are not part of a house, I think fall under the category of they must be with Bregan the Earth anyways. It's hard to say. Joel Axel talks a very big game, you know?
As long as we don't draw attention to ourselves, it might not be an issue, regardless.
Right. So do we think it's a good idea that I change myself to look like drow, like a guard, while we
I would
get
say
there?
I would say that's a good idea, and then the rest of us just kind of act as slaves.
What are you gonna do with well, I guess most of you don't need to worry about your weapons too much. But Dranga, what are you gonna do with your axe and stuff?
Well, I'd still carry it.
And actually,
We can put it
maybe
in the bag.
We could just do that, but maybe Dranga does not need to be slave. I mean, again, no offense intended, but Duergar tend to trade and be somewhat friendly with Drown, yes?
Relatively.
I could pretend that I'm going to be helping you purchase these for the house that you're in, and I'm trading you my slaves.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that works.
Excuse me.
This allows her to carry weapons, you know? Because then Roland and Spirit, you just have to walk around all sad like, but if we were to get into action, you could easily, you know?
Mhm.
Well, I also have Cloak of Shadows, so long as I don't go into an area of bright light, I could be completely invisible, and then just sort of like if shit goes down, I could just like immediately just pop in out of nowhere.
Yeah, and you can teleport around in the shadows, right?
I can shadow step up to 60 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just keep doing that every round and just stick to the rooftops or something.
Yep.
So I could be the only one that's an actual slave. Or I can just transform if that's the plan. And I can stay up into that into a mouse or whatever form for 6 hours. If needed.
That would likely be a large portion of time. The only problem there being, how do you change Dranga into something
I can
when the
change
time
out,
comes?
change her, and then change back.
If you think that is a good idea, then okay.
Or if the DM would let me rest for an hour in your pocket, I get my wild shape 1 charge back.
You mean as a wild shaped form? Take a short rest in wild shaped form?
Yep. Like if I was just kind of being carried around for until we reached our destination. If it took us like an hour.
I don't see why not.
Cool. Plan.
Okay,
Then
okay.
And then once we get there, I can try cast. So like once we get close enough, I can cast locate object to kind of know exactly where to go. But can I? Might not be able to concentrate on 2 spells at once.
Well, I have a question. We're forgetting someone.
Are we?
Yes, what's this guy's name again? I'll point at the apprentice.
Grin. Grin.
He fits in.
What are you doing, Grin, this whole time?
He says, I have attended Sorcerer. I will be able to provide you some guidance and assist you, but you should be aware that Sorcerer has a number of magical wardings that rotate. I won't know which ones are active. Getting
And
to
the
Sorcerer may be easy, but going around Sorcerer may be difficult.
could there be things preventing us from casting Roland's spell to find the things?
There can be dispel magics on a timing rotation. There can be a number of warding effects. There can be any number of magical dweomers.
Alright.
Well, we can't plan for everything,
It's true,
especially if
yeah.
there's unknowns like that.
Sounds to me our best bet is just to get to Sorcerer, and then once we reach there, we'll just take it from there. And just,
Yeah, reassess.
yeah.
Yep. Okay. Before we go, I got a new feat, Poisoner. So, what we've been an hour in this area at least, right?
Yeah, you guys took a long rest.
Okay, so over that long rest, then I would have taken an hour and 50 gold. I'll subtract that in a sec to make 5 new potion, or not potion, poisons for myself. We're gonna call them smoke potions, smoke poisons, agile poisons.
We'll work on it, I guess.
Yeah,
We'll workshop it, yeah.
but anyhow, DC 14, and if they hit 2d8 extra damage of poison.
Takes about they last usually a minute. Most
Yeah,
poisons
once
do.
once I apply them, yeah.
Correct. 10 pieces of ammunition or 1 weapon.
Is it 10 pieces? I thought it was less.
I think the official book is either 3 or 10, but I use 10.
Does that apply for my purple worm poison too, or no?
It did not. That was 3 for crafted poison.
Good to know. Good to know. So I got 50 ammunitions worth for this. Holy shit. I guess I could. Does anyone want some of these poisons to put on your weapons?
Applying poison requires proficiency in a poisoner's kit.
Never mind.
okay.
Then none of you can probably do this very well. My
maybe
bad.
not.
I'm good. Are there any other spells that you guys would like me to prepare? I have quite a few ones, mostly for utility. Right now. If you can think of anything.
I don't know what kind of magic Hujiwatsu do, so
Oh, that's
I'm
fair.
not going to try and
I
help
think I'm
him.
good then.
I think you should do whatever you think is funniest.
That's no. Not in this situation.
Well, I tried.
Maybe another time. I thought turning Drunga into a frog was funny.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
going to
pretty
be
good.
hilarious.
You won't even know.
Oh, I'll know. Every second I'm a frog is 1 second less that I have chance to rip off the drow heads that walk past us.
That's true. Well, no, you're going to be walking free, right? I thought. Yeah, you're walking free.
Yeah, no, I'm
I'm-
just kind of confused as to when I'm going to be a frog, when I'm
Yeah,
not going to be a
that's
frog.
if we're going to be going into Sorcerer, you will be a frog.
Oh, into the magic. Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. All right,
That's
I'm ready to go.
Okay,
I-
well, so hold on, because now are we sure that Donegarten is our best entrance spot?
Well-
Why that area? Why not Corbliven or the West Wall?
Because I am familiar with the trees in that area, as well as Narbandel, somewhere around that pillar. So I can only transport to those two, and that's Donegarten is just less populated.
Okay, I see.
Less likely to be noticed walking out of a tree or a mushroom.
That is absolutely fair. I just was thinking of the other larger options that were closer.
No, yeah, sorry.
No, all good.
I didn't get to walk around the city much. Any other questions or concerns?
I think that clears it up for me.
I'm good.
All right. Without further ado, I've already tested this, so we're good. Transport via plants. And
I'm
then
blind.
everybody has 6 seconds to get in. Get in.
6
Um,
seconds.
Yeah, I guess I'm jumping right in. Yep.
Yeah, Spirit's just all on that.
Just last minute. No, I don't think I will.
Gets left behind. All right.
Good luck.
So are you looking to go to the island or on the large collection of mushrooms on the mainland side?
I was thinking the large collection of mushrooms on the mainland side.
Duly noted. Then I will do
Make it
this.
one less obstacle to get over.
Let's fix that real quick. There we go. Redrop this here. There we go. Include in party vision. Everybody got that?
I accidentally closed the map because I thought I did something wrong. Thank you.
I fixed that. All right, so you don't need to control that token. It's just there for you or for me to move around. So it is your intention to travel from here. You guys are able to successfully enter the area of Donna Garden via Druidic magic, one of the schools of magic that Drow are not super effective at blocking. They don't deal with it very much. So now that you are in Donna Garden, you have some choices to make. How are you actually traveling? So this farmland area, herds of Roth cattle graze mostly on the island, but you have slave tended fungal fields. You guys, most of you, have been here. So you will need to either travel stealthily with stealth checks or try to travel in disguise, or you can travel in disguise and travel stealthily. But that's where we're going to start. Are you traveling in the open or attempting to conceal yourselves as you move?
I will be turning into a rat and traveling in Smoke's pocket.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, we'll transform into a older, sterner looking drow.
Okay.
I will just
And
disguise self on myself and change myself to look like a rogue drow anyways. Not the class rogue, but like brigadier style looking.
Houseless drow.
Yeah.
Spirit does some sick hand motions and immediately disappears from view.
Invisibility or stealth?
Invisibility.
Noted. Dronga?
I'm looking like myself.
All right. Are you impersonating a slave or are you just strolling down the street with
I'm
your
just
axe?
fucking strolling down the street. Like my weapons are on my back and sheathed and whatever, but accessible.
And Gren will be traveling with you. So I'm not 100% sure. So you're traveling in the open?
yep, I guess so.
Like
And,
we belong.
and you're traveling directly to Tierbrech or
I don't see why not.
Yep, pretty much. Follow the main roads.
We just try to not look too.
Tony, would we know
obvious.
what's that building or complex beside the Claw Riff that's like glowing purple Duthcloim?
oh,
Chloe.
that's one of the main houses of Menzo Barenzain. It is, I'd have to pull it up, but it's one of the few houses that has some psychic powers.
Yeah, fuck that. Okay, then we're gonna
Maybe.
let's
Maybe.
let's like would we know that? Would I know that?
No.
Oh well, then we're just gonna walk
Oh,
right
yeah,
back.
walk right past it.
Would I
Actually,
generally know that that's like a location of one of the main houses or no?
Yes, it is. It's one of the noble houses. You wouldn't know all the inner workings of it.
Yeah. So yeah, whoever just drew that line is exactly what I was saying. Like, well, like if I would know enough to be like, we're just gonna go around that a little bit.
we're just
And
not
I
gonna go past the heavily fortified military-looking place. We're just not gonna walk directly beside it. We're just gonna
and
go one
I think
street
we take
over.
ourselves right to the close to the bazaar, which will make sense if we're going to make like sell slaves and whatnot, right?
So we just kind of do this.
But
Whoop.
we're not gonna actually get to the bazaar. We're gonna take one of the back streets in there and kind of subvert it and then make our way straight up from there.
Duly noted. So, traveling. You guys said you could see the party
Yep.
token.
Party token. Yep.
So when you enter this area, you do have to pass through an actual walled area.
hmm
It's not a heavily guarded type entrance, especially because you notice as you move into this area, it is mostly designed to keep people in rather than out. This area is, those of you who were slaves here know it is commonly referred to as the stench streets. It's a shanty town. It's ramshackle structures. You're looking at fallen priestesses, merchants who lost their money. You see a lot of escaped or abandoned slaves, homeless, maimed, crippled, things of that nature. Most avoid you entirely as you move through. Moving, you don't actually have any major conflicts or encounters as you do move through this area. People tend to keep their distance from you. Go ahead and roll me, specifically Adra, a either intimidation or persuasion check to,
Oh,
you could go with performance if you'd prefer.
they're the same. I'm gonna go with performance because I like it. Here we go. Also, this is one of my most ridiculous skills. Let's go. Plus 16.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Nyx has 2
Wow.
plus 13s and 2 plus 16s.
That's ridiculous.
How in the hell did that happen?
Bards, baby!
Yep, birds.
Double proficiency. Yep.
All right. And with that, you pretty much convince everybody moving through Eastmere to leave you completely the hell alone. You
You're a
do
bad
see,
bitch. Sorry.
you do notice a sphere
Nick-
Neblin looking at you guys like it wanted to talk to you.
Nyx fixes him with a withering glare.
But he decides to leave you alone. Go ahead and let you mind your business. Now, as for passing through Eastmere, it's the kind of middle class area. It's not as rich as the area you're going to be passing through, the Duthcoin. That is kind of a prosperous area. This area, Eastmere, is kind of common tradesfolk, most middle class workers, mercenaries, crafters, things like that. They're above the shanty, but not quite prosperous, and they're more than happy to leave you alone as you guys do travel, doing your best. So you are wanting to pass through on. That check is more than sufficient. Let me give you a little bit of explanation. Uh, Moving through the Duthcloim area, that is the area that borders the Claw Rift and the Bazaar. And it's where you have a lot of the upper class areas. You have small inns, pleasure houses, tap rooms, things of that nature. High status drow. Not There are some nobles, but somewhere between the merchant families and the nobles where they interact. You do notice there is considerable damage that was done from actual emergence of the demon lords into the area. So when the kind-hearted Demogorgon exited the Claw Rift, the majority of his damage kind of was in this area. It probably favored a little stronger towards this way.
Well, it's a
So,
good thing it was already where there was a giant hole in the ground.
well, he was summoned inside the Claw Rift and climbed out.
Yeah.
But
Oh, damn.
so they're still repairing it. It is damaged but not destroyed. So take that for what it is. But with that performance, you have very, very little difficulty reaching Tierbrek. So the Great Staircase of Tierbrek, as you can estimate by the size of your token, I don't know how can I. I'm not sure. Let me check with her and see if she can see the map. I don't know if you can hear me, Jess. So see if she can see. There is a rather massive staircase as you. So I just wanted to make sure she can see it. So the massive staircase, the Great Stair of Tierbrek, rises from the floor, lifting the actual alcove above the city, so that the academy looks out and down onto the rest of the city. So once you get up there, I don't know how zoomed in you guys are, but you can zoom in quite a bit. And this is a high enough quality map that you can actually see the generic details of the 3 academies. The pyramid-shaped edifice of Melee Magthier, the spider-shaped cathedral of Arak Tinilith, and then, of course, the magnificent tower of Sorcerer, where the mages are trained. It is about 300 feet wide and about 300 feet of a rise. A pair of jade spiders flank the staircase at the top. Now, when you approach them, it is not unknown that they are designed to guard the academy from non-drow. So you are aware of that. And if you weren't, which you were, Grin makes sure to tell you. Those of you who were slaves. So.
Oh, I think I do remember that actually. Anyways, sorry.
And so, approaching the staircase, reaching near the top, you're going to have to let me know what your plan is. Death is an option.
That's always an option.
Death is an option for the drow.
So any non-drow gets shot.
I imagine that our shitty disguises and the fact that some of us are just walking as ourselves
Yeah.
will not make it through.
Probably can't scale that cliff over there.
I assume we'll want to avoid combat if possible. That way we avoid drawing attention to ourselves.
Yes.
I know I have a climb speed. I might be able to scale the cliff. Agile probably
Though it
would too.
appears, the map can be misleading. It isn't a tremendous area that with a flat area up there that's just devoid. That area is patrolled, and the spiders. There are defenses up there, just so you know. I don't want it to be misleading that area is just like a overlooked entrance.
Well,
You guys
torpedoes
up there
that
in the
plan.
map.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we get to the top of the stairs. We try and convince them that we can get through. If we get through, not a problem. If we can't get through, Roland, I need you to look at and be like super perceptive and check out the other I was going to say fruits, and that's not the word I'm looking for. The large fungus that is growing, and perhaps we could do teleport via plants again, if needed.
Squeak, squeak.
Oh, fuck. I forgot he's a rat. Can he understand me like this?
If we go telepathically, he can hear us, yes.
He just responded squeak squeak
Squeak,
inside your
squeak.
head. Fuck up.
That is a good plan, though.
Just canonically, like, Drongo always forgets about the telepathic link thing. So I never remember to do it telepathically. It's always out loud first. Like, I was whispering that to the group as we were going up the stairs. But, like, once I remembered that it was happening telepathically in my head, I'd be like, oh, right, fuck.
Oh. Okay. So I actually have this. I have this tree stride spell. So how far? So I know there's just like this little grove right here, right? Or
There's
at least
also one in
based on this map,
behind.
way over there. Is there any like trees down in this area?
I mean, there are generally trees in many places, but not necessarily. I mean, there's fungus in many places, but not necessarily to the point where you could tree stride through them.
Okay. Because I could touch one and basically tree stride lets me know if there's any other similar tree within 500 feet of that tree that I touch, basically. So that I could pass through to. So it's more or less like how much 500 feet is. You said this was 300 feet across?
Correct. So if this is 300 feet, and it's registering as 65, add another 20. So that's about 500 feet estimated.
Okay. So basically, as long as I had something that's around source air and at the bottom of the cliff somewhere, then it's doable.
Okay. So
How many people can go through do the tree stride though?
I think it's. Oh, it's only me. Never mind.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, that's my bad. I can cast. Well, yeah. I can cast like the travel via plants again.
Would that totally exhaust your
I have to have seen it or touched it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like if you can at least see it from where you are. Like pick out the
I
biggest fucking mushroom from way across.
I can always try, even though my dark vision only goes 60 feet.
you're not going to be able to see anything
Exactly.
in that way.
Okay. So we're fucked then in that regard.
I don't have any teleport spells or anything like that either.
I was about to say we can't exactly use Dimension Door to get past that, could we?
Just one. Or just two of us, rather.
Oh yeah, that's damn. Yeah, my shadow step only goes up to 60 feet too, so I can't exactly rely on that either.
We could try to convince the guards that we have like a message for whoever, like somebody on the other side. Like we can even say like the guy that we're going after in Sorcera, which I always forget his name.
Gromp.
Gromp. Could say that we have a message for Gromp.
Grin? Grim? Grin.
Grin.
Is there any possible way they'd let us through? Any way at all?
Can't say no, but it's extremely unlikely. You would need to find a way around or find somebody with the authority to get you past or fight the golems, which would draw tremendous attention.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can always backtrack and try to climb the cliffs. I know two of you can at least for sure.
Those ones?
Yeah, somewhere over there. I also have the rope of climbing in my bag.
Yeah, we don't think that the dropping Jarlaxle's name would be enough, no?
Name dropping? Probably not, but you could try it.
That doesn't exactly fill me with confidence there.
Just dropping a name, especially someone officially a rogue, probably is not going to get you
And houseless.
into the one of the most guarded places in the Underdark.
Yeah.
I mean, Elvira
So the
Mizra
plan
comes
is
to
to try
mind,
and so the plan is to try and climb up and then climb back down type of thing?
Yeah, go around like over where my circle is or somewhere, yeah. Kind of where Jong is. Try to climb up around this golem over here. But then we're still gonna stick out like sore thumbs whoever's not dressed up like a drow. Not me, because I'm a rat. But Dronga.
Okay, so is it at this point where it's just the drows that go through?
Oh, you mean like we try and make it so just like me and Adra and Grin here go through? Is that what you mean?
Potentially, and then having Roland in the pocket as a rat, and he turns me into the frog. It's just a matter of trying to find out how we get Spirit in there.
Would they be able to detect me while I'm invisible?
I didn't understand the question. Would they be able to detect you?
Would they be able to detect me even though I'm invisible?
Are you asking me what you know, or are you asking me in general? I can give you a generic statement that will answer your question. Drow
don't even
mages are some
know-
of the most powerful on the planet.
I'm
This
going
is
to
their
assume
academy.
that being invisible does not mean being undetectable. So,
I'm also going to go ahead and assume that disguise self and a changeling
Yeah.
shape changing ability is not going to fool anybody in this place.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't just the center of Drow arcane magic. This is the center of all their training. Both
Yeah,
they have
exactly. We're
the
not
high
going to be able to just walk in here with a
Yeah.
mask on and say, "Hello, fellow drow, how do you do?"
the leaders of the teachers of the academy are archmages. The teachers of Arak Tenelith are level 20 high priestesses.
yeah, in that case, Spirit's just gonna be like, even though she has an intelligence of 9, she does have the wisdom of 12, so she's gonna be like, yeah, no, this isn't gonna work.
My favorite part was the plan included, we'll figure it out when we get there.
Well, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
Or
Hey,
didn't
we're
remember.
figuring it out. We're figuring
Yeah.
it out.
Figuring it out. The only
Yes,
other thing
you
I could
are.
do is cast Wind Walk, but then I don't know how
We
I'm
just
pretty
run
sure
in
they
there
got
really
countermeasures for
fast.
that too.
just one run right around,
We
go
just
wherever
go
the fuck we want.
We just go very fast, and they can't
Yeah,
catch
but
us.
they'd probably still fucking notice us.
As I said, they probably have countermeasures for that too. So, alrighty.
You guys, at least as of the moment, as far as you know, have not been detected, so you're not necessarily being chased down, I guess would be the. So you have time
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We
to
don't need to
think.
cue up the Metal Gear Solid music then.
I mean, I can.
So
Not right at the moment.
right now, climbing is the best option then.
Pretty much.
Okay, let's go hiking.
Unless unless we do like maybe I can fly up over the land on the other side and be very stealthy and just try to go solo, I guess. I'm confident I could do it, by the way, but
Well, Spirit could always kind of back you up by stealthing up there, just like teleporting or climbing up the side. I could change into a bat and fly around.
still got to get Dranga up and over then.
How long did it take us to get here, Tony?
And
roughly?
Adra, for that matter.
Just straight walking took you about an hour and a half.
Cool. So I'm
You
just
took a
gonna assume that
circumnavigation route.
Well, we could. How tall do you think the cliffs are?
Couple 100 feet.
Shorter than 500 feet?
Yes.
Well, Dronga and I could probably just dimension door up there.
And if you can fly with your cloak, smoke, I can just stay in your pocket and fly with you.
Well, I can glide with my cloak.
Oh, okay.
I can change into a yes, exactly. And probably climb more efficiently and safer, I think.
Okay. So I think at this point, before Dronga gets up into the Sorcerer, I think I'm gonna probably have to polymorph her into a frog. Because I think she'll stick out like a sore thumb up there.
Yeah, most likely.
So how about, so we convene over here. I'll turn Dronga into a frog. You can dimension door with either
Frog can
smoke
fit.
or spirit. Yeah, frog can fit in your pocket.
So frog in the pocket.
Frog in a pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Toe in the hole.
Put your frog in your pocket, frog in your pocket, frog in your pocket.
Like, I think I could be wrong, but I think that Spirit and I could climb up that wall pretty quickly, believe it or not.
Okay, so I can turn into a rat, and then Nyx can just dimension door up there with a rat and a frog in her pockets. or I can
Um,
or I
the
can
one, the
be
one
in somebody
person we
else's
are,
pocket.
the one person we're forgetting in this plan is Bryn.
I thought
Grin.
he wasn't gonna come into Sorcerer with us at all, anyways.
He
Oh.
can. He'd prefer to avoid it if he.
And Grin
So
can just go through the gates himself because he's a drow. And meet us at the front if he needs it, if we need him.
Grin, what would you do if you don't come in?
He will mingle in the bazaar and then meet you when you come out.
Okay, well we don't really need Grin. He doesn't know anything up there anyways. I'm saying this in the head. I asked him questions there like last game and he didn't know fuck all, so
he's
was
cut.
kinda-
He's cut from the heist.
he's kind of fucking useless. So
I'm sure that statement will come back to bite
oh,
us in
probably
the
not.
ass.
Useless in the Sorcerer. I'm sure he's going to be helpful later, but for right now, I think if we just go in alone, I think we're good. So Toad in a pocket. I can turn into a rat and either climb up or go with. I could either go with Nyx or climb up with a smoker spirit. Sound like a
Alright.
plan?
Yeah, works for me.
Okay, spending a 4th level spot and got a.
How fast can or how far can you teleport, Ben?
60 feet, I think. Let me double
Okay,
check that.
so you'll have to climb. One of us has to climb anyways. Might as well climb together.
This is assuming that dimension door works in
Yeah.
this space.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me go first.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I'll
long
put Toad in your pocket.
Yes.
Okay.
so long as
Nyx
I'm in dim light or darkness, I can teleport within 60 feet to an unoccupied space I can see. So yeah.
I'm just gonna put this cast in here, just for.
All right. Nyx casts Dimension Door at the base of the cliff and says, with the intent of teleporting to the top of the cliff.
Well, there you
Sounds
go.
like it worked.
That was boss.
It did. So you teleport to the top.
Mhm.
The rest of you are climbing. Well, 2 of you are. Unnecessary checks because you have a climbing speed. And mouse and a frog, as I understand it,
Yep.
are with up there.
I guess I
Now-
can turn to a bat. I'll turn to a bat.
Oh yeah,
I
you have
can
fly
fly.
speed.
I can fly. Yeah. I keep forgetting I have fly speed.
Now,
Being a high level druid does to a motherfucker.
what is your plan now?
Well, we didn't get that far. We didn't think this would work.
Yep.
Well, now we are climbing down, but on the opposite side.
far away from the gate and any activity as we can possibly.
Oh, we climbed all the
manage.
way up there. I thought we were just climbing over here,
I'm pretty sure that,
like just
up
this little cliff up here.
up onto the little cliff probably would be in line of sight of the golems.
That's fair.
True,
Okay.
true, true,
Cool.
true.
Cool. Cool.
I was operating under the assumption that we were getting up to the very highest point of the very tallest tower, yes.
Cool. Everybody else
Yes,
is on the same page except me. That's fine.
which
What?
which to that thinking, if we end up wanting, if we think in Sorcerer Gromp's room is in the tallest point, like up in the tower,
That's true.
um,
Maybe we just jump onto the tower.
oh, well, that seems like a big jump, but again, I might be able to fly there right now.
I could definitely fly there with my bat.
I was about to say, is there a way we could like set up a zip line?
I don't think we have rope long enough.
Ah, damn.
Foiled again. All right, note for
Ugh.
next campaign: pack longer rope.
Get a grappling hook or a zip line gun.
I have a grappling hook.
I have a rope of climbing, but it's still only like 60 feet or 50 feet.
What if the rope of climbing climbs itself up to the top? Huh?
Eh?
I think it sounds good, but
That sounds legit to me.
that looks farther than 60 feet to me.
Just a little.
No, like once it gets to the end of the rope, it just climbs up itself like Ouroboros. Kind of. Right? That's how I see that going.
Aurora Borealis.
No.
All right. So what I need from all of you who are not polymorphed and wild shaped is a stealth check in the tower,
Gotcha,
please.
Wait, in the tower?
In the dice
Preferably.
tower, so we don't know if we succeed or not.
Oh, my apologies.
Let me.
Everyone who's not wild shaped or
Correct.
polymorphed? Cool.
You'll be fine.
Uh,
I'm sure that I passed that test.
Am I
So-
technically invisible and therefore have advantage or no?
You are.
let me try to re-roll that then. Why will it not go into the stealth tower? Or did that go into the stealth tower?
It did not.
No, we see it.
Is there a way I could do, you know,
Just drag and drop on the dice tower.
that's
how
what
it
I was
should
trying
work.
to do.
It's fine. It's not that deep. All right. How are you getting down? Just climbing down? And how are you getting down, Adronix?
That's a good question. I could just dimension door again. Or I could climb down. However, it would be much slower and probably more obvious and dangerous than the Gattos.
I would say dimension door.
Yeah, Nyx will just dimension door down again.
We potentially get an 8-hour rest once we got the grimoire, so potentially.
Potentially.
Well, we have to leave first.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry. Nyx has lots of spell slots left. It's
There
gonna
we go.
be fine. Nyx dimension door is down to a secluded area in the courtyard.
And what about you two, Tabaxi? How are you getting down?
Climbing?
I was about to say, yeah, climb down the opposite side, yeah.
You guys are basically both invisible, right?
Well,
I am.
Yes. Yes, in the dark, yes. But
We're in the
who knows what
shade.
that's
Look,
worth.
look at the map. We're in the shade.
That's a good question. Is it lit here? Do Drow even care?
They do. Menzo Barentan is heavily lit, actually, by fairy fire for decorative purposes.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, so this
What
is
an
brightly lit
almost
then.
not. It's almost not horrible here. How crazy is that?
Not to mention, you need actual light to read spells, scrolls, things of that nature. So
That is true. The page would just look all gray.
So-
If we're in bright light, then I'll be using Pass Without Trace to be able to cloak myself as much as possible, since I won't be able to use Cloak of Shadows here.
Menzo Barentan does have some lights, but not bright light. It's dim light pretty much most places. So, good news, bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Agile Smoke, Indomitable Spirit, you climb down with no issues. Your stealth checks are more than sufficient. Adrenix, you disappear in your dimension door, and those of you who climb down reach the bottom to no appearance of Adrenix. Her
That's not
dimension
good.
door into an area that is protected by teleportation wards redirected her teleportation, and you have no idea where she is.
Oh
sure-
no.
I'm sure that'll be fine.
With Dronga in her pocket, right?
So was Roland also in her pocket? I know he's a bat, but
No, I'm a bat. No, I'm just flying. So yeah, just Dronga and Nixer
Somewhere.
somewhere, probably in a jail cell.
Woo! Prison time! Let's
Night
go!
adventure!
It's time to go back to slavery, baby! Let's
Woo!
go!
Let's get
Can
this bread.
can we well, not so much detect, but can we like still communicate with them telepathically wherever they are?
It's actually a
you
great question.
cannot. This would be
Oh, wonderful!
We're dead.
likely gonna be something you might want to ask Gren about when you make your way back to him.
Okay, so they're just out of the campaign now. Cool.
That's okay. I just finished. I just finished a image. I just edited an image together that I need to share. It's in the Discord.
Nice. How'd you edit it?
With Paint.net and a erase tool and a little
Beautiful.
drag select.
Cool.
It's it's Dronga on her battle axe as a frog.
That's awesome.
I like it.
Beautiful.
Let's
Yep.
delete Dronga. All right. For the rest of the campaign, Dronga and Adrian, or for the rest of the game, not the whole campaign of the night, Adrian, Nix, and Dronga, you guys are in limbo. We will discuss where you reappear at the start of next game. If you guys want to hang out for the rest of the game and watch this, I don't know,
Craziness unfold.
this craziness unfold, please feel free. If you guys got to run or take a nap or something, you're more than welcome. For the three of you, you reach the bottom. You have infiltrated Sorcerer through non-magical means, but you now find yourselves in Tier Breck near Sorcerer. Are you wanting to head back up? You wanting to go towards Sorcerer? You are sans two party members.
I can't see the map anymore.
Good, 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 good.
Yeah, me neither.
Went black.
That's because I closed it.
Yeah, just I don't know. I can fly around. Well, first, before I kill myself, the rim of Sorcerer. I'm gonna try flying over like just over just over that little gate or whatever,
Mm-hmm. How
and
about
just see if
this?
it doesn't change me back or not.
Let's go with we'll make Roland included in party vision for everybody who is not on the map. You can turn yourself into a frog if you want. I've made it your turn.
I don't have it, so
Or,
I can
mean,
just
a
stay as
bat.
myself. I'll just assume. Well, I don't have it loaded, but I'll just assume I'm a bat
So
with the hit
source
points of
there.
probably like 3.
Right.
I'll look that up.
So the main door of Sorcerer is here. You are flying around. There are essentially there's an upper battlement. So there's the first floor, the second floor. As far as you can tell, it's a three-story ish tower. Very tall, obviously, the central tower area. So what you notice right off the bat, from what you guys can see, let me see what you can see. So right here, this right here is the main tower. It has a telescope sticking out of it, pointing directly above your heads. You also have, let's see, a large purplish fairy fire lit area in the back, right about here. for you, Roland, taking a look around, you have a battlement that is all around the outer area, and you have a central courtyard that's actually open inside the walls of Sorcerer. It's about this wide, and there's a statue. So you could hypothetically fly over the wall into the courtyard because the center is open to the outside.
Okay, so we knew kind of relatively where Gromp's office is, right? Or
Mhm.
and then we have to try and find his inner sanctum. So I will try just flying over the wall first, just to make sure I don't bamf back into Roland.
Okay.
So
So
sort of kind of, oops.
let me approve that
Yeah,
for you, and
just
then
kind of
I'll
like somewhere over here.
So
I
the
have,
courtyard puts you. You land in the courtyard or on the battlements.
I'll land on the battlements for now.
Okay. Everybody can see Roland, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Indeed.
Outstanding.
And I didn't
So
get bamf back, so cool.
one thing that does happen that you notice right away, and if we are going to be infiltrating Sorcerer, there's really no reason to not have the creepy music of Sorcerer. Now, one thing you do notice is when you enter Sorcerer, there is a automatic effect that you notice that is a cloudy thing. Trying to think how to phrase it. A series of clouds begin to fill the entire area, and your vision becomes limited. I've tried to test this. I'm going to give it a try.
I have blind sight as a bat. Does that matter?
It does in terms of being attacked. Now, let's see if this applied correctly. I'm not doing it right. There we go. So, that should have just restricted your vision tremendously.
Yep.
Good, because that was the intention. Give me a knowledge, arcana, or religion check.
Yeah, they're both the same. Oh, almost a 1.
So this is actually a fairly simple spell. Clearly, it's a bit upscaled, as it were. It's not a spell you have cast yourself, but you've heard of it. It's called Glyphs and said that word. Glyphs and Warding. It is a spell designed to essentially make it very difficult for people who are not welcome in an area to move through an area. Let me go ahead and pull up the exact. I might have said the wrong spell. Let me pull that up real quick. Guards and wards, I apologize. So essentially what it does is you're aware that any creature that doesn't meet the definition of the people who, when they cast the spell, a person who's allowed to be there, the entire area is filled with clouds and heavily obscured, and it makes moving around very difficult. All doors, even if unlocked, will be locked to you. You can unlock them if needed. But so essentially, if you're allowed in here, you can go through an unlocked door. If you're not allowed, the spell will automatically make the door locked to you. It has a number of other effects that you're not 100% positive of with that 14. But essentially, you are now nearly blind inside Sorcerer.
Am I still here, or is it all site-based?
It's
Or-
all site-based.
Would he know if that like alerts them?
It may be one of the effects he doesn't know of with that check, but he doesn't know of that it will.
Okay, so I'll relay that back to Smokin' Spirit that they're gonna lose vision when they come close, and then I'll just keep flying with my limited vision. Basically, can I kind of try to hear things around me if I can hear people or anything?
You can absolutely try.
Cool.
Give me a perception check unless you want to rely on your passive. Remind me what your passive is.
Oh, my passive's 24.
Oh, yeah.
So I can rely on that, sure. Well, no. I get advantage because if I try to use hearing because I'm already blind as a bat, then get advantage on it. Oops, I shouldn't have done that.
That'll work.
19 plus 14.
So there are people in the area. Some in the courtyard studying. They don't seem to be on alert. And as you are batting around, a number of slaves, 2 specifically, pass by you. They seem to be carrying some books, making their way towards the back of Sorcerer. They don't seem to be aware of you, and they are going about their standard business with no reference to you flapping nearby.
Okay. I guess I'll just try and fly around until I find where Gromp's office is, or if there's a window to Gromp's office I can fly into.
Okay. For those of you out front standing at the door of the
Nope, nope, no. We're not standing there.
right, where are you going? Was my
Yeah, so I would like while Roland's been taking off and doing that, I'd be attempting to stealthily case the joint, if you will, looking for an alternate entry, which could be like a way of climbing up, but an alternate entry into Sorcerer.
there
I'd be
are.
right-
It's
Yeah, I'd be right
Go ahead.
behind him.
there are
And preferably that would be something that's like I'm thinking that we need to get into the main tower in the middle. So if we can tell that there's like here would be the best entry point to get past like the initial walls and initial ways in to get to the center, that'd be ideal.
So the center is actually a big courtyard. But if you are looking to climb the battlements, there is a 3rd level. You can climb the battlements to the 3rd level, which is where Roland is. There's actually some. You can climb up and over to the actual 3rd level, which is where Roland is. That's also where that giant telescope is. From there, you could try and take a look around, but from here, you'd have to look around the actual outside and take a look in windows, or just walk in the front door.
No, then climbing up sounds good. Wherever we think is the best point to so again, like from here can we tell where the best point to climb up to get to the largest tower would be?
So the largest tower is in the very, very back in terms of size. Diameter, I suppose, would be the most accurate. The largest tower in terms of how high it is that main tower directly in front of you that has the telescope sticking out of it. So depends
Well, okay,
whether
maybe
you're going for length or width.
we'll go for length then.
Okay. You guys are going to go ahead and climb up, and I'm going
Now
to
before we start climbing, and we wouldn't climb like at the door, so I guess maybe from like the side here.
That was my
I
next
would
question. Which side?
I would pull out my item, the Gem of Seeing, the like eye patch thing I had going, and activate it one of its charges. So for the next 10 minutes, I have True Sight.
So are you trying to climb up? So from where you're at there, the options are climb up to the 3rd level on the battlements, or climb up into the entrance or the opening where the telescope is sticking out of.
Is that higher than the battlement?
Same level.
Either way, that sounds good. Yeah.
Which
And
do you
I'm
prefer?
hoping with the true sight that I now have, if there's any wording on the walls or anything like that, that I would see it before we get on it.
That is a fantastic hope to have. Which did you prefer? The walls to the battlements, or into the room with the telescope?
I think the telescope. What do you think, Spirit?
Yeah, it sounds about as good a place as any to start.
Yeah.
I will move the 2 of you into the telescope room. And as soon as you enter the grounds of Sorcerer, you find yourselves with restricted vision as the area fills with clouds. The actual telescope is there. You were able to see it for just a second before you lost your visibility, but you are essentially only able to see 5-10 feet in front of you before the clouds are so thick you can't see the walls or anything of that nature.
Does
Really?
my true sight do anything about that?
That is what I am literally looking into now.
Nick's almost would have been good for that too. His true sight.
Nick says true
Maybe.
sight?
With the cloak, I think.
Oh shit.
The cloak of eyes that she has.
I'm going to research into this because we're about to end the game anyway, so it's a perfect time. I will tell you this. It is very likely that it won't, because true sight is not the best sight. It is a specific kind of sight. Blind sight is something that would overcome that type of thing to a point. That's one of the things I'm also going to look around for Roland. That's why I kind of let you guys decide where you were going. But true sight allows you to see things, but because it's magical, I'm going to leave open the possibility. I'm going to have to look into it. The remainder of the game will be picked up next time. We're going to start with Dronga and Adranix. Then we will swing back to you two. But Guards and Wards is a pain in the ass spell.
Is there any with that Arcana check that I did? Is there any way for me to know that I can just dispel like a local area of it, like for myself, or I'd have to dispel like the whole effect?
You would probably... So it depends on the source of the spell. Since you're working on the assumption that this is a permanent spell, such as like a mythal or a actual warding around the building, the best you could do would be to suppress it. Your check would go against the check of the strength of the warding if it was done by more than one caster, things like that. The best you could do would be suppress it, and it would be suppressed for the whole area. Upside, it'd be suppressed for the whole area. Downside, it would be temporary. Upside, since you know the spell is primarily only something seen or made aware of by, to the best of your knowledge, those who have tripped it, people going about their business as those slaves you saw probably aren't aware that it's there. It's just there for you. So,
yeah, so basically anyone that's not supposed to be there would know that it'd be down, but anyone else is fine already. Like they wouldn't notice.
Correct, but it would be temporary.
Yep, that's fair.
So
Might be
with
worth
that,
it though.
we're going to call the game here. We'll pick up with you two in your redirected teleportation. Next game. I am going to leave up this server for a while. Till next Monday, probably. If you wanted to start building your character for the next campaign, you can. You guys haven't fully discussed or my advice would be to kind of chat it out a little bit, not right away. In terms of before that game starts, I would guess, what is it, end of March? I'd say end of April. 4 to 6 more games. would be my guess. And then we will have a game 0. So you can start playing around building a bunch of characters. Just follow the guidelines I have in the Legendary Planet. Shoot me your email. I'll add you guys to the website.
All right.
But other than that, that's all I got for you guys this week. Hope you guys have a good week.
Sounds
Boy,
good.
oh boy.
All right, you too. Good game.
GG. Sorry that 2 of you died.
Yep, you guys are dead. We can't pay for you. Might as well start a new character.
Oh boy.
You're not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that?
Alrighty. Good
All
night,
right.
everyone.
Good
Night.
night, everybody.